MADspeed Nova is the car I use for the 2020 no prep drag racing season. Pretty much a car that I put together from the 3-cell class that we used to run and converted it to a 2-cell no prep car. I ran 2 Pro Line Nova bodies throughout the 2020 season. I had the nice, pretty good looking one for the big events of the year, and the other test and tune body that I used to test changes with the car without having to sacrifice the paint job. So the test and tune body has taken a lot of abuse. I had a tire blow up in it during a burnout, lots of flips, lots of hits with other cars, other objects. But that was the point of that body, just to protect that nice one that I had for when it really mattered, when the car was set up. The car is powered by a Castle Mamba X ESC and a 4-pole censored motor. We know in the BSO that 2-pole motors seem to be the way that most of these drag builds are being done, but we started with these 4-pole motors and we made them work, and we got these cars very fast. On the back of the car we have Proline Reaction HP belted drag tires to help get that Castle power down to the ground. The Proline Reaction tire worked out great for me this year because of the wide contact patch that it gives from not ballooning, and it does have a great tire life. All they really need to be is warmed up very hot during a burnout, and they will give you just as much grip as any other tire that we tried. For the suspension, I went with a mix of Traxxas GTR shocks in the front and Proline Power Stroke front shocks mounted to the rear of the car. I really liked the Proline Power Stroke springs for how soft they are, in order to hopefully transfer some of that weight on top of the rear tires during takeoff. I have the suspension mounted to front and rear STRC aluminum shock towers. To keep the car from lifting too far up, I also have the Proline Wheelie Bar installed to the back of this car. Initially, I didn't really like the way that the Proline Wheelie Bar looked. It was just a single wheel bar, and I was a really big fan of double ladder style with 2 wheels on the back. But this Proline Wheelie Bar really worked out well for me, and it actually started to grow on me for the way it looks as well. If you've been watching closely, you'll notice that there is some wheel weights mounted to the front of my bumper. We like to mess around with weight balance and distribution using these wheel weights used to balance real car wheels. I like to add a little bit of weight to the front of the car just to stop it from lifting up too much or starting to lift up at full speed and want it to fly off into the air.